Hi everybody, welcome to my first video of 2026. So wishing everybody who's here with me watching a happy new year, and this is 18 months to the day basically since my stroke, so kind of felt it was the right time to do this video. I'm going to title this video NEW-RAL pathways, as in NEW, neural pathways. It's a play on words. And there's a few reasons that I want to kind of talk about this. It's 18 months since I had my stroke, and I have learned a lot of things since then. A lot of things that I wish I'd known earlier that I think would maybe have helped me earlier as well. Just really a review of how my year was last year. And I think round about this time last year, I spoke about setting goals and setting aims. I called it aims because all improvement means something, or all improvement matters in some capacity. Any improvement, anything, any movement, anything that you can do differently, or anything that you can do that you couldn't do before, is definitely an improvement. It is definitely something to be celebrated. So my neural pathways. So when I had my stroke 18 months ago, it was completely naive. I had no idea what a stroke could do, what it would leave me with. If you are new here, I am mainly physically affected. I still have slight numbness around this part of my face and mouth. You'll see me doing this because I feel like I'm drooling. But I've been left with physical weakness and trying to clench my fist, and walking issues as well. Weakness being things like I can't even hold a bath towel. I still struggle to push the duvet off me and things like that. So when I say weakness, that's the kind of real depth of the weakness that's there. Unable to really do a strong pinch grasp and a proper pinch grasp as well. But at the time that I had my stroke, I had no movement in my left arm at all. And I had very little in my legs. So my left arm literally hung by my side. And I think it was on day 5, it was my kind of first full week in hospital really. Occupational therapy came in and had said, did I want assistance with being washed? And I said, yeah, sure, because I needed it basically. And they started washing me with my left hand. Now, my left hand could do nothing. I could be telling it to lift up, to open, to close, to do anything, and it wouldn't do it. And I didn't understand why. I didn't understand this disconnect between the damage that was done in my brain to the rest of my body. And I think that's a really hard thing for a lot of people who either experience a stroke or know someone who has, is that invisible injury will never heal. It doesn't repair itself like a scab on your skin, like a broken leg. When that part of your brain has been damaged, it's gone. It's never coming back. So they washed me with my left hand, and I couldn't bring my hand up to here. I couldn't do anything like that. So I kind of was left wondering, why are you doing this? And all that was really said to me was, because it'll encourage it to move. And, try and include it and try and encourage it. And that was pretty much all I was told. And I didn't get it. I got a program which basically starts you off with shoulder shrugs and arm raises. So when you can't do that yourself, that's my affected hand, by the way, passively you can lift it up. But here's another thing as well. we all want to run before we can walk after a stroke. And I certainly did. You do, because you want your movement back. You think you're going to get back to normal. Hate that word normal. You think you're going to get back to what you were able to do before. And in some cases, people might have mild enough injuries that they can pretty much regain everything that they could before. But in a lot of cases, stroke will leave you with a disability, whether it's a visible one physically, facially, whether it's more invisible like aphasia or speech difficulties or sight loss, balance loss, fatigue. It will leave you with something. But the important thing here is going back to neural pathways. So in this case, I mean neural pathways, as in NEURAL. This is kind of like, I didn't understand what that was, what it meant, and I found the term neuroplasticity. Now, the part of my brain that died is dead. It's never coming back. The easiest way and the most simple way to put things across about improvement is that, imagine you're driving or you're walking and your path ahead is blocked. You have to find a diverted route. And that's kind of what's happening in your brain. So it's a lot of the time it can be why you're really tired, because your brain is trying to find a new route, and there's millions of pathways there. But that's why it's also important when people are having a stroke that time is a crucial factor to get it treated and get it diagnosed. So I didn't understand neuroplasticity. If I had understood what OT were trying to do with my arm by moving it, by getting it to do usual regular things, I would have, even if I physically couldn't have moved it, I would have visualized it more. I would have imagined the hand moving, the arm moving, and I think I would have felt better. I'd also have felt better prepared for the fact that it might have been months before I was going to get movement back. I just genuinely did not know what my recovery path was going to be when I come out. And that is another thing though, they can't predict that to an extent. But the whole stroke, disability, challenges thing, nothing was fully explained to me, really. But everybody's stroke is individual and everybody is individual. But the thing we have in common is that we've had a brain injury that affects us in different ways. So you can't run before you can walk. You just cannot do that. I might have wanted to be back doing my bicep curls, my arm weights and all the rest of it. But physically the strength goes as well from where you've been damaged, as well as getting the messaging to the muscles to make them move. So you have to be patient with yourself. So if you've just had a stroke or you're still in the process of going through a recovery, which is lifelong, be patient and be kind to yourself. I was really horrible to my arm and to my brain when it happened. And it took me about 4 or 5 weeks really to realise that wasn't doing me any good. So you have to be kind to yourself. You have to be patient with it. And when it can start to do things, don't then expect it to do too much after that. You know, celebrate what you get when you get it. And don't look to do things too fast. I know we want to, but we just have to go at a different pace now. And that's okay as well. The other thing is I am not setting any goals or resolutions specifically this year, but I'm coming back to my neural pathways, my NEW-RAL pathways. My neural pathways or my new pathways are what I'm intending to do this year. I'm going to walk physically and literally in new ways. I have, over the last 18 months, approached my recovery with a lot of curiosity and a lot of, oh wow, that's different, or oh, didn't notice that before. And I haven't delved too deeply into the clinical elements of my stroke because I don't think that will help me. I don't know what caused it. I don't see the point in me trying to find an answer that the experts couldn't give me anyway. It happened, I'm here, and I'm moving on and dealing with it. That doesn't mean it's been easy. And when I do these videos, the majority of the time I'm upbeat because I want to give this out to people as well. I want people to realise there is life after stroke. It's different. Of course it's different, but it's there. And there's lots that we can all do, and you might not be able to do what you did before. I certainly can't, but I'm still here, and I genuinely am grateful for the ability to be able to speak to people, reach people. In the year that I've had my wee channel, I have 61 subscribers, and I don't know all of them, so that means there's people out there who don't know me that have thought I'm obviously given something enough that they want to watch, and I'm really happy for that, because if I can help people go through some of the pitfalls that you're going to experience, or help you understand or prepare for them, you're going to hit lows. You really are going to hit lows, because this is a grieving process as well, but it's also a hopeful process. I didn't think I would get back what I have just now, and it's incredibly weak. It's not what everyone else has, but it's what I have, and that's what's important as well. So the new element, NEW, is hopefully that this year things will be new again, things will change again, things will improve again. And if you are just waking up the day after your stroke, the week after your stroke, it's hard. God knows it's hard, and I've been there, but it does improve, and there still is a life out there to be had. We just accept that it comes in a different way. So if you can't move something just now, it doesn't mean it'll always be like that. And for me, it started with a self-belief that I can improve. It's absolutely possible to improve, and it is. And that's not just me saying it. I can't say that what I did would work for you. We're all different in that way. Some people will say, oh, this was great for me, or that was great for me. The things that I show in my videos are things that I can do. Hopefully they will inspire you to try things. If I can give any advice as such from my experience, it is be more curious about what's going on than angry or despondent. It's hard, and it's hard to not try and find something to blame, including yourself. What if I'd done, could I have done things differently, etc, etc. I had risk factors, I was in blood pressure medication, but that doesn't mean that that's what caused my stroke. But just because you have a risk factor doesn't mean it's a fault factor. A stroke can still hit anybody at any time, any age, any fitness level. So you have to be kind to yourself in that way. It's not a fault, and it's not a blame thing. So in conclusion, and it's a long video, and I really hope people have stuck with it. I try not to make long videos now, but this year, make it your new year for your new neural pathways. So hopefully throughout the year I will see you on this journey. Please feel free to comment, please get in touch, because my perspective isn't every perspective, and I realise that, and I hope that other people might be encouraged to share. And there's loads of different videos and things out there, so you just find what suits you and who you feel you can relate to, or what you feel you want to tune into. So I wish everybody the best, whether you've had a stroke or not, all inclusive, everybody have a good year. to all the carers out there, to all the friends, to all the family who go through this with the person. I wish you the best as well, and I am genuinely grateful for the opportunity to be able to do this as well. So hopefully my subtitles will pick through the Scottish accent and come up okay as well. So take care everyone, and thank you for watching.